it's Nick Short's BB Remix, and this is where I'll explore the social dynamic of Big Brother through videos and shorts. I capture live footage between the house guests before "You are not allowed to talk about production" comes over the loudspeaker. Each week, look for brand new videos, so make sure you subscribe to my channel so you'll be the first to know when I upload a new video, and be sure to comment to say hello.
So, all right, so Taylor wins HOH. She's emotional. I'm embracing her. Alyssa, on the sideline, is pissed and jealous that I'm embracing her after her huge win, emotional. As a human, I'm excited for her. She verbally goes, and everyone on the sideline hears her. I'm like, why? So that's one, obviously Taylor finds out about that, is not stoked because of Taylor's season this year. For someone to say that in her shining moment is like, come on, Alyssa. Okay, moving forward. Taylor wins HOH. Now it's time for nominations. She promised the 4 people on the outside of the leftover, she promised Indy, Jasmine, and Alyssa all safety for the week. So now she's HOH. What does she do? She comes up with the bright idea to put up Monty and Turner as pawns. What? That's her initial thought. So we're all like, are you insane? If one of the girls wins the veto, they keep the noms the same, and we have to take a shot at our numbers when we have 4 viable options on the outside. We talk her off that ledge. Okay, then she comes up with Terrence is the prime target. Okay, cool. Put up Terrence and Indy, whatever. Terrence is the target. That's the plan. Next day, all of a sudden things flip. It's the day of the veto, and I'm up here and I learn, all right, Terrence isn't the target anymore. If you win veto, take down Terrence, put up Joseph as a pawn, and we're gonna take out Indy now. And I'm like, what on God's green earth? What do you mean? Why on earth would you put Joseph up as a pawn? And okay, things change to Indy without me even knowing, so whatever. I'm more happy about that because Indy, I know if she wins, she's going to attack my game. She doesn't like me being with Alyssa. She thinks it's bad for her game. She bosses me around, and now that I'm in this fake alliance called the 5 Swatters, she just bosses everyone around and isn't happy about me and Alyssa. Anyways, so I'm stoked. I'm like, perfect. Whatever you want me to do with the veto, I'll take Terrence down as long as Indy's the target. That's the plan. I win the veto. Okay, things are good. The next day, the day between the veto comp, we have a day, and then the veto ceremony. So during that day in between, all of a sudden Michael comes to me and says, hey, last night, and recap during the veto comp, Alyssa takes the HOH's reward and gives her a punishment. What? Alyssa, you have no idea how low you are on the totem pole right now in this house. I can't keep trying to stick my neck out for you when you make these bad moves. And so that happens, and I'm like, why? Like, just either take the veto or take a punishment. Like, they're not that bad, especially when it was 48 hours with someone. And I'm like, I would be so happy if it was 48 hours with you. Like, I would love to do what they're doing just for the experience. So she's making these bad moves, and she thinks that her game is so strong right now. I'm like, no, Alyssa, no. Okay, so Alyssa takes her award, which just adds fuel to Taylor's fire. She's very vindictive. She holds grudges. She wants to make it a big statement game for her. And so now Michael comes to me and says, dude, last night, Taylor's switching it to Alyssa. Get ready. Then Joseph comes to me and is like, dude, it's gotta be Alyssa. He's trying to talk me into putting up Alyssa, and I'm like, dude, there's no reason I should be backdooring Alyssa this week. Like, Indy is probably the number 1 threat to my game, and Terrence was a single vote for me last week to leave. Like, are you outside your mind? Why would I use the veto on either of them? I used the veto on Indy and Alyssa when they were festy besties, and she didn't even say thanks. She gave me a hug during the ceremony, didn't talk to me again since. So I'm like, no, there's no way in hell I'm using the veto, especially to backdoor Alyssa. Like, I don't feel comfortable with that. Alyssa's no threat to my game, whatever. So I tell that all to Joseph. He runs up to Taylor and continues hyping up the Alyssa thing. So Joseph 100% can't be trusted, and he is like, I think he's behind Taylor right now. I think he's like pulling the strings, him and Monty for sure. So I think Taylor, Monty, and Joseph are like a threesome. I think they're have a final three. I'm worried about them in the leftovers. So that freaking happens. And then I talked to everyone in the alliance. I talked to Michael, and he says, keep the noms the same. I want Alyssa as a number moving forward. Brittany, same thing. Turner, same thing. Me, the same thing. So we have 4 people that are very strong about keeping Alyssa, getting rid of Indy, keeping the noms the same. I talked to Monty. He says, I'm indifferent, but, and proceeds to pitch me on why we need to get rid of Alyssa. So, red flag. Joseph, red flag. Taylor, finally at the end of the night, I come up here. Taylor has like a 15-minute sales pitch where she's like, okay, let me lay it out for you. Goes through all these terrible reasons why I should backdoor Alyssa. And I'm like, listening. And then I'm like, actually, no, I'm not going to do that because of this valid reason. I name a laundry list of reasons why I'm not going to do it. Especially after she wouldn't even consider Jasmine, which is everyone's number 1 target this week. And she wouldn't even consider it because of moral reasons, right? Because she's a strong Black woman, which I can respect. But if she's going to hold those moral grounds, then I don't feel like I need to be put in a position where I have to backdoor Alyssa because of the same moral issues. So there's the game issues, there's moral issues. There's no way I'm doing it. So then we all get in a room because Joseph's like, no. We all need to get in a room and chat about it. We get in a room. I basically lay it out and say, listen, it's not going to happen. Joseph's face was white as a ghost. He was freaking out. It looked like he was pooping his pants. And I'm like, okay, red flag. Like, if you really don't care about which person goes home, like, you should not be reacting like this. Basically, we settle it. We go outside to the pool table. Joseph comes running out. He's like, dude, we need to, not everyone's on board with this. I think we need to talk again. I think it needs to be Alyssa. People, he keeps saying people and they all want this. People want this. Everyone thought that Alyssa was the number 1 target last week. I'm like, no, you thought Alyssa was the number 1 target last week. Get out of here. Because I've talked to Michael, Brittany, and Turner, and me are all on the same page about Alyssa. The other 3 are not. So I know everything he's saying is coming from those 3. So we go down to the pool table. Oh my gosh, it's so shitty, dude. So we're down there, and it's like me versus those 3. It's me versus Joseph. Me versus Joseph, Taylor, and Monty. And I'm the only one sticking up for Alyssa saying, hey, it should be Indy. I'm not using the veto. Turner, Brittany, and Michael are all dead silent, driving me insane. I'm like, and then I even asked Michael, I say, hey, what do you think about this? And he does a neutral response. He's like, yeah, I don't really care as long as it's, one of the 4. I'm like, are you outside your mind? You talked to me like 10 minutes ago saying how much you wanted Alyssa to stay. Like, you have to vocalize that. So whatever. I basically lay down the law. I'm not using it. I don't give a shit. Alyssa's good for my game. The other 3 are bad for my game. So that's what I said. Taylor was pissed. I guarantee Taylor's DRs are coming at me right now. I don't give a shit. Taylor's not going to win HOH next week, so I'm fine with that. I think Joseph's going to throw the HOH because he has the 5 swatters that he's trying to protect and the leftovers, so I think he's going to throw it. Monty, I'm nervous about because he will definitely take a shot at Alyssa, but then we have the rest of the freaking leftovers and those 4 that are willing to win the veto. So as far as moving forward goes, ideal scenario, one of the, okay, now there's 3. Okay, let's just assume Indy goes home. We're fast forwarding to eviction night and the HOH. Indy goes home, there's 3 of them. Alyssa, Jasmine, Terrence. Best case scenario, one of those 3 wins it. They put up Monty and Joseph, and we get to take a shot at the leftovers because there's 7 of us and 3 of them. Ideal scenario. Second scenario, I win HOH and I take that shot. Now, I'm running through the numbers, and I'm like, me, Michael, and Brittany are all on the same page. Turner, not so much, because we have the pound, which is the 4 guys, and then me and Turner have a final 2. So he's still believing. I just don't believe it. He's thinking we're going to ride till 7, and then go to 4, and then go to the final 2. And I'm like, dude, it's not going to work like that, I promise. They're not going to take a shot. They're not going to, I just don't think Joseph, Monty, and Taylor are thinking that. So anyways, I'm trying to feel out Turner, see if he would be down to flip. I don't think he is, but possibly. He kind of floats with the wind, and he does like Alyssa. So if I win HOH, even Michael and Brittany are thinking that Jasmine needs to go, but I am very worried that if we take out Jasmine and then it's those 2, Joseph, Monty, or Taylor wins the next week and they take a shot at me or Michael, and there's nothing we can do. So we'll see. But at the end of the day, one of us needs to win. I mean, actually, not really. As long.
I hope Kyle's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he's okay.
Mm-hmm. America, like, what the hell do I do? So, I don't know. I was hoping that it would be, we get rid of Jack. I mean, let's say Joseph wins Joseph, Monty win HOH. They put up Jasmine and Terrence. Jasmine goes home. We're down to 9 people in the house. I was hoping to, and what I've been priming everyone on, which Alyssa doesn't even know about because I can't trust her with any information, is me, Michael, Brittany, Turner, and Alyssa make a 5 that can go after Monty, Joseph, Taylor, and Terrence. Because Monty, Joseph, and Taylor are the best players. They're the biggest threats in this game right now. And I'm like, they're going to realize that. And they're going to either come after me or Michael. I guarantee it. And I'm like, I don't want to be sitting there while we get blindsided. Like, I would rather be the one to take the first shot. But she's just making it so difficult. Even with her back. I'm like, listen, just play it up like you're hurt. Like, that is a good thing. That's an opportunity to play weak. She just has no idea where she's at in this game. And I'm sitting here with all the information saying, you were in a bad spot. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, okay, maybe it would be best if she left, because then I don't have to worry about that and I can just continue playing. But then at that point, I'm like, hey, I don't have any numbers. I would have Michael, Brittany, Turner that are like close to me, Monty, Joseph that are somewhat close to me, but I don't trust Joseph at all. I don't have a relationship with Jasmine or with Terrence or with Taylor really, so I'm just in a shitty spot. Like, honestly, I'm in a bad spot. Like, do I just tell Alyssa everything and risk my entire game and say, hey, this is what's going on? You need to make sure that Jasmine goes home.
That's lovely.